Stan Gibilisco here, looking at a galaxy without a name, in a universe without a name, in a set of universes without a name, in a thought kingdom without a name. I will show you what time-space looks like when we attempt to render it as a graphical illustration. You can also call it space-time. What we've done here is we've taken three-dimensional space and reduced it by one dimension, so it becomes a plane, flat plane like this, sort of a perspective drawing here. And then the third axis, the perpendicular axis to this plane, is the time axis. Towards the past goes down, the present is right on the plane, towards the future goes up. So in a sense, as the present moves along this time axis, this whole plane moves along the time axis as well. But remember, this is not really a plane, it's 3D space. The trouble is we just cannot draw four-dimensional drawings. Yet. Here is an example of the time-space coordinates as they might be set up for our solar system, where we have the Earth here. From the sun towards the Earth goes towards the constellation Virgo at this particular moment in time. So we might say that the sun is in whatever constellation is opposite Virgo, for those of you interested in astrology. Towards the North Star, straight up, toward the constellation Gemini, going like that. So we might think of this as east in a sense, that is straight up, and that is south. All three of these axes are perpendicular. Each division on these axes equals 1/4 of an astronomical unit, or about 37,500,000 kilometers. So that is where we start, and then we can show what happens as the Earth revolves around the sun in this time-space continuum, where the future goes towards the vertical going up, the past towards the vertical going down. The Earth doesn't follow a circle or a near circle around the sun, but rather a spiral through time-space. That's one way of rendering it that I think is just very interesting in its own right. It doesn't really mean very much. It's just sort of a cool way to illustrate space-time, or time-space if you prefer, and how it behaves when we try to graph it with our limited resources of three-dimensional imagination, when really there are four involved here, the fourth, of course, being time. I wonder how many dimensions there are in the black hole at the center of this weird-looking galaxy, full of nebulae and other appurtenances that I found very interesting in my travels through the cosmos that has no name, containing galaxies that have no names, containing stars that have no names, containing planets that have no names, some of which contain humanoids, and maybe they have names and maybe they don't. What do you think? Stan Gibilisco is signing off. Until next time, so long.